A bill shot down and questions about where collective bargaining goes from here.
We have team coverage of a Dane County judge's decision tonight. News 3's Andy Choi caught up with union members after Judge Marianne Sumi's ruling.
But first, let's go to political reporter Jessica Arp with the very latest from the state capitol. Jess?
Well, lawmakers are hesitant to say exactly what may come next, but for sure, one thing is this: the issue is far from over.
I didn't say do it that way. Don't put words in my mouth.
Let me finish.
Talk turned testy in the Joint Finance Committee meeting as news of Judge Marianne Sumi's decision to nullify the collective bargaining law was released.
We also see that we are taking up the savings that were not able to be realized because of an activist judge in Dane County.
She said that you broke the law. And that's what you did. That's what she ruled. You broke the law.
Sumi ruled lawmakers in fact broke open meetings law when they convened unexpectedly on March 9th, voting on controversial collective bargaining legislation without Democratic senators present.
It's a huge win for democracy in Wisconsin. It sets a precedent that from this point forward, anytime the legislature is meeting, the people shall have a seat at the table. And that's as it should be.
We're still focused on Supreme Court and, hopeful that after these arguments on June 6th that they'll in fact come out and say, listen, the legislature is allowed to set the rules for the legislature.
But it is what happens next that is the big question. Lawmakers had said they would put collective bargaining provisions into the budget if the measure was held up in court.
This is no surprise. We knew this was going to happen before. I mean, we've been saying for a month that Judge Sumi is a liberal activist judge. You're going to do everything in her power to try to block this. The Supreme Court is taking it up, and I anticipate they'll take it up, and we'll be able to deal with it that way.
So where will you put it in the budget?
Well, it's not going to be done in the Finance Committee. So.
We have to have the two together because they work together. The savings that are in the repair bill are instrumental for the budget.
My suggestion is come to the collective bargaining table and do it the Wisconsin way, and that is work with your employees as equals, not as enemies.
And the Supreme Court is scheduled to take arguments on whether to take the case on June 6th, but it is anybody's guess on how long it could take them to make a decision. The Department of Justice says tonight that they will wait to see what the Supreme Court decides on that before deciding whether to appeal Judge Sumi's ruling from today. We should also let you know that just in the last 10 minutes or so, the Joint Finance Committee decided not to take up transportation and school aid measures in the state budget today as they had scheduled. They will instead do that starting at noon tomorrow.
All right, News 3 political reporter Jessica Arp at the state capitol. Jess, thanks.